Hello and welcome everybody to the fourth episode of our one tile challenge. As you can see, we are down to $9,000 after the bank took out their portion for this month. Our bales are still not fermented, but I think we might have a fix for this. So I did a lot of research. Yeah, because these are only 54%. That's not good. That's not good. But did a little research in my time in the barn last night and found out that if I put a post down, I can put the grass around it and it'll ferment a little bit faster. So we're going to take our tips from our forefathers, and we're going to go ahead and toss down a post with the money that we have left. So, I'm going to go here into factories, go all the way down. There we go. We're going to end up spending $2,000 on it. But it will definitely pay for itself if I just go ahead and plop that in right there. Then I should be able to just get the bales over to it, and we should be able to make some money with silage. But what does that mean for us? So we still have to think about how we are going to make more money. And I'm thinking, instead of baling everything that we mow and wrapping it, I think what we should do is go ahead and get rid of our bale wrapper and our baler, and we will look into getting a forage wagon. Since we can ferment the grass right here, we wouldn't have to worry about baling twine and and bale wrap as much. Then we also want to pick up a pallet of silage additive. So we're going to take these over to the shop, get them sold. We're going to come back and grab our pallet forks, and we'll grab a pallet of silage additive to put into the fermenting pillar. I also want to see what I can do to kind of protect me from the elements, because it is getting really cold out here and I don't have any protection. So we're going to go over here and see what we can't find. But alright, we are here at the shop. Snow is starting to stick, so we do want to be quick about that. Okay, let's repaint that and repair it so we can get a better selling price. This 18,000 would be nice. It would get us what we need for the loan for sure. And then that would give us another months for having a breath of air. No, and then the cab's not going to cost us anything, so that's helpful. All right, so yeah, let's go ahead and toss the cab on for $0. And that'll keep us a little bit warmer in the winter. Eventually we will need to repair our tractor, but damage isn't down that far. We're more worried about fuel at the moment. So I think we'll grab our pallet forks and come back up to the shop. Sorry. Let me drink a sip of coffee real quick. And once we get our pallet of silage additive into that, we will look into trying to get as many of these bales that will fit into there. I'm not sure how much it will be able to hold versus how much we have on the field. But definitely want to try to get as much of this in there as possible. That way we can get it fermenting. And the other thing we wanted to do is while I have the pallet forks out, we're going to need to get rid of the pallet of bale wrap that I got sitting over here. But fortunately, in game, at the moment, there's no sell point for it. So I am just going to plop down a small little small little sell point. I think it'll do that. That way we can get rid of this. It's more so that I don't want a bunch of pallets just kind of sitting around that we're using this. So right after I get rid of this, oh, yay, $26. Alright. Now, we can get rid of that sell point. So we actually lost money doing that, but now we don't have the pallet sitting around. Another thing that I wanted to go ahead and put down while we're here is I want to get rid of having to manually fill the greenhouses every month. So I can go ahead and get rid of the windmill, get a little bit of money back for it. But if I go into factories again, we have this water pump. That we should be able to set up and configure to pump water into our greenhouse. And then we can get rid of the trailer. At least I'm hoping. Okay, awesome. So, if I set that to distributing and activate it, it is going to cost us $60 per month to do this, which I think is pretty fair. We're going to be getting a lot more than $60 a month out of it. So, but it will keep our production topped off so we don't have any dry spells in the greenhouse. So, greenhouse water is going up. So we're going to go ahead and take our water trailer, get that excess piece of equipment out of here. Sorry about that, guys. I think I might be coming down with something. But, besides just allergy season as well. All right. I wonder how much silage additive does it hold? 600 liters. So that's 10 pallets. They obviously can't afford 10 pallets at the moment. But we might be able to sneak in 2. Maybe. Um, there we go. Alright, got stuck there for a minute. Had to do with the little tractor dance. Alright. For $15. And then sell for $2,500. Awesome, awesome. We'll come over here to the shopkeeper. Alright, so we needed silage additive. Buy 2 pallets of that. That should last us a minute. But another thing we wanted to go ahead and do is we wanted to go ahead and start plowing. And now that we sold the baler and such. But I think we're a little bit short on what we would need to get the plow and the forage wagon. Because definitely want the forage wagon to be able to continue to make profit. So let's get the silage additive down there real quick. And then we will start pushing bales in. Lots and lots of bales. It's almost kind of weird not seeing our windmill up here anymore. But that's how we're going to work on expanding our farm. So dump those off. Is it going to go in? Well, that probably would help if I'm at the... Maybe? It's interesting. I won't accept the silage additive there. did it just fine when I tested this mod last night. It takes the grass. It won't take the silage additive. Oh, there we go. Just need to get into the trigger the right way. Okay. So get that loaded in, and then we will work on... Let me go ahead and get that started on silage. That way we can hopefully make a little bit... Oh! A little bit more money this month. But I think I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of a jump cut while I get all these loaded in. And that way you guys don't have to sit here and watch me struggle moving hundreds of bales. Alright, so we will catch you guys all once I am done with that. Alright, so future Dnkey here. Apparently I forgot to unmute when I switched over to this, but so I'm doing voiceover. So we decided to take a break real quick from putting bales into the silage stack to go ahead and try and sell a little bit of it. You can see we had about 220,000 liters already loaded in, but we have enough to go ahead and take a couple of loads to the sell point. So we're going to go ahead and get our trailer hooked up, get it converted back to a trailer for hauling bulk goods. And then we are going to take our little trip on down to the store. But we definitely wanted to see how much we were going to get, see if we were going to be able to afford the forge wagon that we've been looking at. Yeah, unfortunately, the rest of the episode, I am going to end up doing voiceover, and the voiceover volume is not the greatest. From previous experience I've had with my editing software. So bear with me, and we will get through this together. Looks like the best price is going to be at the animal dealer for us. So we're going to head up to the animal dealer, and we will catch you guys all when we get there. Alright, and we are up here at the animal dealer now. So we can go ahead and sell this silage. See how much we are going to end up getting. Alright, so a little over $1,000 per load. So we would need, in order to be comfortable, so we're currently at 38,000, and that trailer is going to be 30,500. So we need to make sure that we have at least 14.8 remaining afterward. So we need around 49,000 to be comfortable. So we're going to go ahead and head back, and we're going to grab a couple of bales on the way, just to make sure that we can add a little bit more grass into our silage production. But then we're going to go ahead and we're going to grab one more load, and we're going to get it up to the animal dealer. So we will go ahead and drop this off, and we'll get loaded back so we can get back to the animal dealer with you guys. So I will skip the driving once we get to the haystack, and then we'll cut back in to when we're at the animal dealer. Alright, so we're here back at the animal dealer with our second load. We're going to go ahead and sell this off, and it should put us right around 39.9. So almost there. We still need probably another $5,000 just to kind of be comfortable. But we still have some time before any silage is going to be ready to sell again. So we're looking at another 5 loads with this trailer, and we should be comfortable enough to buy the forage wagon and make our month's loan payment. And that's what our goal is to keep out of the red as much as possible. So we are getting there. I am gonna go ahead and probably finish cleaning up this field as far as getting these bales put away, and then I will jump back to you guys, and we will see you guys all then. Alright guys, so these are our last 2 bales to drop off. We got all of them off the field, so we can finally put our bale spikes away. I'm going to go ahead and put them right next to the greenhouse here. And then we can also get rid of our front loader attachment. We don't need that on at the moment. What we have in store, if you notice, we are sitting right there at 40,000. We did sell a little bit of lettuce from our greenhouse directly while we were off camera. So we also are going to go ahead and sell our tedder, because if we are picking it up and turning it into silage, we don't necessarily need to turn it into hay. We did get almost 400,000, but not quite, from all of those bales. Excuse me while I take a sip of coffee. Alright, and so we are going to go and sell our tedder real quick, and we should get a couple $100s for it, but every little bit is going to count to try and get us closer to making that payment and getting the trailer. Because if we can afford to go ahead and grab that trailer, I want to get it, just because it's almost double the capacity that our current trailer has, so we won't have to take as many trips to empty our silage production. So we'll get up here to the shop, and we will see how much they will give us for this little bit of used tedder. Alright, so let's see what they're going to give us. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and repaint it. Get a couple extra dollars out of it. Alright, looks like they're going to give us $736 for it. So that's a lot more than I was expecting. I was expecting maybe 200 or 300, but 700, no, I can live with that. So we are going to go ahead and Yep, and I almost forgot to pick up the trailer. So I think we're comfortable enough. We're within 4,000 of being able to make that, which would be 2 trips-ish with this. I don't think we can do the silage additive tank at the moment. I do kind of want to do that because I was doing the math with the silage additive in the haystack there, and well, it is very much expensive to continue to put silage additive into it because it uses 2 liters of silage additive to make 2,000 silage. Well, okay, so it only adds 200 silage to it. So I am losing money by putting silage additive into that. Because we'd only get 6,000 additional liters, and 6,000 doesn't sell for the 3,000 that it costs us to put that in there. So I am going to do the recipe for just straight silage. Yeah. But if we can do the silage additive in the pickup wagon, we can still get a little bit extra. It's not as draining as far as silage is concerned. Well, as far as silage additive is concerned. But it still gives us that little bit, that 5% extra that we need. Try and get a little bit more out of our grass. But I am gonna keep taking trips until we get what we need for the loan. This trip should get us about a little under $2,000. I am going to go ahead and keep running the one with silage additive just so we can empty that out, because I don't think there's a way that I can get the silage additive out of the haystack. So I'm just going to chalk that up as a loss. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to get this sold, and then we will catch you guys all next episode. Thank you all for joining, and if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. And if you don't like, please leave a comment of what you didn't like this episode. Thank you very much, and have a great day.